And Maya, like, I think it's a really good case study for Segment. You were there for 5.5 years and almost 6 years, and your role probably evolved a lot over time. How did that evolve, like, process looks like?
Yeah, definitely. Well, my role evolved with what we needed to do as a marketing team. And I would say the major like thematic commonalities were basically like yearly, right? So it's like if I had to condense it, it would be like 2016 when I joined was the year that we uh, got a little bit more serious. So what does that mean? So first, we had just raised our Series B, and we were about to launch our first product extension. So a lot of startups, uh, they start with one product, and eventually they release other stuff. And every marketer's challenge is like, well, if we're not just this one thing and now we have two things, oh my God, we have four things. Like, what is the total picture and how do you sell the total picture versus this one thing? So Segment used to be just integrations. Integrations are arguably the most valuable part of why most customers end up buying Segment. But 2016 was the year that we had to create the idea that integrations by themselves not so useful. You need this, like the total package, which includes sources, which are your data warehouses and whatever, sending information into Segment, then sending all that out into your integrations. So if Segment's in the middle and sending data to all your product and sales and marketing integrations, now we added this other layer, which was the data warehouses, right? And so it's like we have to tell a story about data warehouses. We have to tell a story about Segment as a platform. We have to reprice. We have to repackage. We have to create materials around that, enable salespeople to do it, create videos to explain what warehouses even is, try to get some press for the product launch, create new customer case studies and examples, customer videos, right? So that's the whole year of, and that year was also, we had a competitor challenge the notion that Segment was for all types of apps. They were like, Segment doesn't do mobile apps. And it was very hard to defend that Segment could support mobile apps easily. The same data could be sent to whatever mobile integrations that you wanted. So that was the year of not just extending our products, but also convincing the broader customer base and prospect base that, like, if you're looking for integrations for your mobile app, not just your web app, you should be looking at Segment too. Like, quit looking at those competitors that are trying to tell you we don't do mobile. So this means entering the world of field events, going to events that are branded for mobile apps only, like Mobile Apps Unlocked, being the headliner sponsor at Mobile Apps Unlocked to convince everybody that we're like mobile too. Then in 2017, it was different. In 2017, we had to reprice and repackage our whole situation because we had to meet growth goals that were very aggressive, and our product was underpriced and overutilized. It was popular because it was good, and we could be charging more money for it. So how do we do that, right? So again, it's like this entire year of marketing work that supports the broader theme that like the company is not struggling through, but like challenged with. And then we had the year of the enterprise. Like after the big pricing change, we had to like, okay, now we're selling at a higher price, but still the majority of our customers are in the mid-market. Now, just like every startup that exists, and every single one of you who's working for a startup now is probably trying to sell into the enterprise because that's where the money is, right? For the big contracts are. That's the only way that you envision that you could stay afloat, again, in this economy. And so we went through that ourselves. We had to figure out how to sell to the enterprise. The year of the enterprise was the year we had a 2-page spread in the Wall Street Journal. The year of the enterprise was our first year, and like an associated like entire integrated marketing campaign around it. The year of the enterprise was the first year that we had billboard campaigns across the country, but concentrated in San Francisco, in LA, in the major cities, right? In New York, in Boston, in Atlanta, and then some hyper regional placements to match up where our super enterprise customers had their, kind of obscure regional headquarters located. Bentonville, Arkansas, Cincinnati, Ohio, et cetera, et cetera.